Today on Throttle Hog, we're doing my personal car, a 2015 Chevrolet Corvette ZO6. This is a car that is my dream car. From the time I was a kid, I always wanted to take something, strip it all the way down, and make it my own. So that's what I've done here. Originally, when I bought this car, it was a stock Stingray convertible. I initially wanted to make a supercar that was a sleeper, and so when I started in on under the hood, I did the cam, headers, lifters, valves, rods. I basically stripped the motor all the way down, left the block and the pistons, put a supercharger, swapped out cold air intake, high flow cats, the whole 9 yards. I took a base model, I think it's 450 from that factory, all the way up to 850, and it's getting about 725 to the wheel. So some of the other things, after I got everything under the hood the way I liked it, I ended up going to the outside making changes. As you can see, I have a roll cage in it that has a bar, so if I ever want to track it, I won't get kicked off the track because I'm running a sub 10 quarter mile in a convertible. Swapped out the front and rear quarter panels for the ZO6 to wider, extended everything out, got wider rims, ground effects, different spoiler. I mean, I ended up redoing the outside of it to fit the motor that I ended up putting inside the vehicle. The exhaust is stock, believe it or not, just the headers and high flow cats, because it gives off such a really good sound. I didn't need to swap the mufflers, and that's it. We can take this bad boy for a ride and have some fun. I really love this car. I love the in-dash recorder. You can record your sessions. It lays out, it gives a dash cam view, and it overlays with all your instrument gauges, your G-force, your RPM, your miles per hour, your throttle, your gear. I mean, it lays it all out on the screen. It's a beautiful way to record. It also has 0 to 60 and quarter mile time on it, as well as you can do lap times on it if you're running a track. I really like that feature, although I thought I'd use it a lot more than what I do. Usually I'm just rolling down the road and get tangled up with somebody and just go with it. So this is actually the stock transmission. I've never done anything to the transmission, and it's held the power well. I imagine after a few years, that's probably the first thing that's gonna go. Woo! Yeah, that's always fun.
You can't tell on camera, but it's ridiculously powerful. You'll probably be able to tell from this going like this, shaking back and forth. The G-force is insane on this thing.
It's so fun. It never gets old either. After 3 years, it still grabs you by the stomach and pulls. It really is easy to drive too. The traction control does a really good job. The track, if you turn it into track mode and turn that off, it's a monster. You're talking about true American muscle, having to learn how to drive the car and that kind of stuff.
sure a few things just flew out of my pocket too. They're gonna be underneath the seat before we get out.
Camera is not gonna show the G-forces that this pulls. Another thing I like about this is if you tap the gas like that, it automatically downshifts for you. That was 0 to 135. At least I think I bumped 135. We're gonna stop recording and then we'll be able to see it. That was a quick run down to this stoplight though. I'm wondering if I actually got my quarter mile all the way in. I spun quite a bit at the beginning, but it geared down pretty good and kept me going forward. So I'm curious if I got the full quarter mile time in.
So what are some of the cars that have challenged you in a race and got destroyed?
Oh, I've had a bunch get destroyed. A lot of crotch rockets that, man, you can just tell their feelings get hurt. And
There's one right there.
yeah. Now I did lose a race to a Hayabusa that was tricked up. It was he beat me. I had a really good race with a souped up Camaro once. I had a really good race with a souped up Lamborghini once. He had a dual turbo Lambo. I didn't beat him by maybe a nose. He followed me home and then, you know, asked me what I'd done to the car because he had just gotten dual turbos on it. A Porsche 911, man, tons of Mustangs. I beat a Demon once. The problem with the Demon was we were stopping at stoplights. So we were racing from stoplight to stoplight, and he's just not going to get the traction at a zero start. I knew that. If I would have been given an opportunity, I would have loved to have pulled him on like a 30 mile punch or 30 mile an hour punch or something like that. I've had tons of races. Other Corvettes. Let's look at this. Can you pan over this?
Yeah, let's see.
You can see it spinning. Stop spinning around that 70 mile an hour mark. So that gave me a quarter mile at 11.2 on street tires.
Yeah, it was like 134 miles an hour, something like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you can record your stuff on there.
Yeah, I like it. So overall, and I've thought about my rating system, whether I'm judging stock cars, European cars, American sports cars, but I thought I'd just make it easy and give everybody the same rank, whether it's souped up like mine or stock or exotic or whatever. And I'd give my car an 8.6. There's room for improvement. Obviously, when you go to the rear engine cars, they handle a lot better. They have a lot better traction, a lot better torque. They feel a lot different when handling. So there is room improvement with that. But I personally love American sports cars. I like the rear wheel drive. I like being able to slide corners. I absolutely adore the car. I don't ever foresee myself giving a car a 10. So anything above a 7 is really good. Over 8 is superb. I'm excited about doing Porsches, and next week when we do the Shelby GT 500, I'm really excited about that one. So we'll see.